Hello, my name is Vasco, and today I'm going to present you to a presentation about floating offshore wind. Offshore wind power has been around for quite some time now in the commercial applications, but only in bottom-fixed offshore wind. And this means that in this setup, the wind turbine is attached to a structure which is then attached to the seabed of the ocean in a solid structure. But today I want to present to you about a new solution which involves floating offshore wind. And by the name one can figure out, and in this case the wind turbine is put on a floating structure which is then attached by cables to the sea floor. But why do this? Because by doing floating devices one can finally overcome the barrier of the 60-meter water depth. And by achieving this, one can now take advantage of a lot more possible sites for wind farms. In Europe alone, 80% of the offshore wind power is located in locations where the water sea depth is greater than 60 meters. And if one takes advantage of this, one might get a hold of around 4,000 gigawatts of power, a figure quite substantial. But it's not only about greater depths, it's also about the possibility of using soils which were not previously suitable for solid structures, meaning that even more locations are now becoming suitable for wind installations. But by being able to do wind installations in deeper waters, this brings the opportunity to put wind farms further away from the coast, and this comes with two big advantages. The first one is the visual impact. There will be no longer a visual impact, since the wind farms would be so far off the coast, they wouldn't be visible. The second one is the further away you go from the coast, the higher are the winds and more constant they are, increasing the capacity factor, which means the time that they're actually running, the time which there's actually productive wind power, thus increasing the efficiency of the whole system. If you're considering the state of the art, there are 4 different variants for these floating devices, and 2 of them, the spar and the semi-submersible variants, are already at a really high technology readiness level, almost commercialized. And 2 other, TLP and the barge, are soon to catch up. And if one is to finalize about this and talk about the future prospects, there are already a few considerable projects that are about to come to commission in the next 4 to 3 years, and with considerable sizes of 30 megawatts, 100 megawatts, close to here in Portugal, in Scotland, in Ireland, and many other European places. And one can also expect to find a lot more of these projects, because it's expected that the price will go down in the future, in the near future actually. And so one can think that this will be a bigger reality in the next few years, which is why I decided to do a presentation on this topic. And this is my brief presentation on floating offshore devices. Thank you.